Hi, my name's Christopher Morrison. I own Morrison Glass Art, and this is my friend Sky Byrne.
Hello.
And we're here to introduce my new sculptures. This series is titled Quilts. Throughout the series, most of the pieces have a quilt, and some of them have a globe, and then also a figure.
So this is the first one. When you say fabric of the universe, what do you mean?
I think the fabric is what we're all connected to, and the universe exudes and binds us together, and it's a way that we can communicate, and we're connected to the whole. On the whole, it relates to the human condition and how creativity and the artist can influence the fabric of the universe and influence the human condition to help us, and with the result in the end being stewards for our planet.
And this is the planet in the fabric of the universe.
Right, and that's why it's so prominent at the beginning. The second part of the series is called The Pouring Man, and he represents the artist having the vision, having that clarity, and wanting to do something with it, and pouring his vision and inspiration into the container, and the vision taking on the color and the pattern of the fabric of the universe. You know, I think that with this, it really speaks to, for me as an artist, to we get these visions and try and get them out of us. And sometimes that's successful and sometimes it's not. Sometimes we have a word for it. Sometimes it's fleeting and it's gone. So I think this is a very important moment in that journey where the vision or the piece of art is actually getting out of you and out onto the paper or out into the vessel. The fabric of the universe is created and it houses the globe, and we're all connected to that fabric. And from that fabric, the artist touches the pattern of that fabric and gets an inspiration. And from that inspiration, pours that into the container that blossoms into the quilt, which is representative of the art. And then the female figure here takes that art out into the world. The next piece in the series is called The Journey. And so as the female figure carries the work out into the world, it begins on its journey. It's sent out into the world, and in this case, the journey is represented by a boat figure. Once again, that clear piece represents the clear vision and the kind of joy of being out on the water, down the river, however that is. So the quilt in this case has a wave quality to it. For me, the reason why I want to talk about that human condition is I really believe that the artists can make a difference in the human condition and can speak to that and help for other people to actualize how to help the planet, how to be a good steward to the planet by doing art, bringing people together. It creates joy. So in that way, we're creating culture. We're creating community. This piece is called Conflict, and it stars the raven here. And so the base has money symbols in it, and so the raven represents that greed, and he's standing on the money symbols, and he has a globe here that he's coveting, and it's all his. It's his territory. So the way this piece fits into the series is the artist on the journey was just experiencing the joy and the exuberance of that journey. Well, lo and behold, he runs into some conflict, which often happens just when the going is really fun and great. Something happens, something comes up, a bump on the road, and that's what the raven is. The raven is that conflict. And one reason it's one of my favorite pieces is this had a lot of editing. It had a lot of incarnations as we went forward. We had a couple of different quilts that the raven was pulling with its beak, or just different setups that we did, and we came back to just this clear base with the money symbol, and that was just so powerful. And then him coveting the globe, and that I just embodied the greed with the beady red eyes. I just love it. Coming off of the conflict, the archetype of the artist is now thrown into turmoil. He doesn't know what to do, is surrounded by the swirling mass of the universe, and nothing makes sense. And I think that's part of the journey also. It's you can run into the conflict, but then the chaos that comes after that. Again, to figure out how to get through that, he's having to access that pattern again, to be in the pattern, to learn how to carry on, to get past the turmoil, to know that there is something more. So out of the turmoil comes some healing, and that's what this piece is called, the healer, or the seamstress. So she's taking her time to patch the fabric of the universe, which I think comes back to that manipulating the fabric that I talked about at the beginning, where she's actually taking the time to patch it. She has a needle and thread, and she has a patch here in her other hand, and she's patching that fabric.
Mending.
Yeah, mending.
Uh-huh.
And I think this captures that. It's a bit of the sacred moment, where the archetype or the artist is patient enough to mend the fabric back together.
Why did you choose the threshold image?
It's really the breaking through, so that and it's moving with power toward a goal, and which is different than other aspects of the journey, where he's finally has everything he needs. He's had the journey. He's empowered. He's done the work. He knows where he's going. He knows exactly what he's going to get, and he's going to be successful.
And how does that tie into, there's the personal part of the journey, but then there's a story of humanity's journey. Do you sense that humanity is on a threshold?
I do, and I think that the mainstream in our culture is calling for more art. They're calling for the story to be told, to be part of the whole of our socioeconomic structure that has been missing, and that we need creative solutions, that on every level, especially in energy, that we need these creative solutions. And the business people are calling on artists and saying, hey, what do you think? We need your help. We need better solutions. And people are willing to listen, and they want that. So I think there's a calling for that, and calling for the artist to break through.
So it's almost in a sense that the artist represents a capacity in humanity that on this threshold it's being called for.
They have permission to create. They have permission to bring that into their community and make it happen, and make cool stuff happen. And also to participate in taking care of our planet. And I think that that's really important. That's part of what all the globes are about, is that there's not only this joy, but there's also that we need to respond to our globe and take care of it. And part of that is through doing art. I believe that art can help shed light on how to steward our planet. This piece is called The Steward. So again, the kind of the female archetype with the quilt and the globe. And this is the final piece of the series, and it really is inviting the community to be part of that shared experience, that we all need to respond to taking care of our globe, and that's our home, and it's a source of our nurturing and our creativity. We have the response to help take care of and nurture and evolve with our globe is super important. I mean, I think that's the next generation's mission, is not taking over the resources and using them, but to grow with them and to be one with those resources and be creative in those solutions, and there's going to be a profound sense of joy as that happens, and I think it is happening, and as it does happen, people are calling for more of it. They're saying, "Oh, this is great! We're doing good things, and it feels really good."
To what extent is the intention behind this artwork embodied in this particular piece, this final piece?
I think that starting with the pattern, that as the artist, we're involved with the pattern. We access that pattern, we manipulate it, and it's our direct personal relationship with our globe, with our surroundings, and including that pattern. So it's manipulating that pattern to bring us joy, to bring us that nurturing sense that we can have with our globe.
And having the memories of the conflict, the memories of the turmoil, the memories of the threshold, everything that's here is held in that.
It's
in that piece.
embodied in that.
Thank you, Christopher. This is a beautiful, beautiful
Thank
work.
you. Yeah, I love the serenity with this piece. It really speaks to a sacred moment. So, and I thank you for enjoying this sacred moment with me.